Well, hello. Thank you for joining me today and allowing me to talk to you for a few minutes regarding the web design and social media degree, as well as the game design and development degrees that Joliet Junior College has to offer. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Angela Sullivan. I'm a professor in the Computer Information and Office Systems Department. I advise students on both of these degrees within our department, and I wanted to let you know what we have to offer for each of these degrees, as well as careers that you may be interested in upon graduating with a web design and/or social media degree or a game design and development degree. What you see before you on the current screen happens to be the curriculum for our web design and social media degree. The key thing about our degree that we've made changes to in the last 2 years is we've actually created two different concentrations for this degree. On the left side, you'll see that there is a design and development concentration, and on the right side, you'll see there's a social media concentration. You should have these papers passed out to you as well for you to refer to outside of the class. If you are interested possibly being a programmer or having the design abilities to design what a website's going to look like, but yet you still want to have contact with the programmers or do some of the development work as well, then the design and development concentration is probably more for you. If you are not interested in programming, but you still want to be part of the design aspect of a website, then possibly the social media concentration is more for you. Both of these concentrations allow students to get exposure in our core set of courses up here at the top for e-commerce, web development, web design, web animation using Adobe products, using Dreamweaver for the development towards the degree. Once we break out into the different concentrations, you'll see that there's a heavy emphasis on programming. And beyond your associate's in applied science degree at Joliet Junior College, you may be interested in getting a bachelor's degree. Now, the design and development concentration is a great transfer option for students that are looking to go on for a bachelor's degree at a four-year institution. Why, you may ask? Well, because programming in JavaScript, in PHP, in Java, and C++. Those are great courses that will transfer very seamlessly into other institutions, and it allows you to have your associate's degree to gain employment upon your graduation with your AAS degree from Joliet Junior College while you are hopefully being employed as a web designer or developer. Quite possibly you will be going towards your bachelor's degree in a four-year computer science, computer programming, or applied computer science degree. As I was mentioning before, the social media technology concentration does hone in more on the design aspects. You'll see that what we have for the social website development, we introduce to students WordPress, Drupal, and Joomla. All three of those are going to be great platforms for the student that is interested in using templates to develop websites for their clients, but yet not having to have a massive understanding of how those templates were created. Rather, you can manipulate the templates with the HTML and cascading style sheets that we've learned in prior classes to really customize an existing template to your client. Again, the AAS degree in web design and social media is a great option for students that are looking to both get an associate's degree and gain employment upon the completion of that degree, and or those who are also looking to go on for a bachelor's degree. I briefly want to show you some of the work that our students have done in the past. We worked with different businesses and corporations in the Will County area, and so in recent we worked with the Habitat for Humanity group out of Joliet. And so we broke up one of the advanced classes into two different groups, and each one built a different Habitat for Humanity website for the different sectors of the Will County unit. So this one right here you can kind of see has a lovely layout. It's using the color scheme that we had to use for that organization based on their color palette. But overall it's a great looking website. It has flashing images that kind of scroll through, a breakdown of all the information, how we partnership, etc. So the students were able to work with the Habitat for Humanity folks and develop a website customized to what their needs were. This next website is specific to the Habitat for Humanity Restore Store. You may have been there. It's on Larkin Avenue in Joliet. And this has a little different purpose than the other website. This one actually is to advertise different products that have been dropped off at the store. And obviously the store is then able to sell them, utilize the money that is obtained from the purchase of various furniture, and elements that are offered in the store, and then they use that money to then build homes for people who are in need. Again, the scrolling layout, they have the ability to shop, donate. The latest features are listed over here on the right hand side, and then we also were able to create a QR code in the lower right side, so students or so people in the public could view the QR code and get information regarding the Restore Store in Joliet on Larkin Avenue. This next website is the students were instructed to building a travel agency website. So overall, just has a nice little color scheme, layout, information, etc. Did a nice job in laying that information out. And then this final website here again was another travel agency. It really allows you to kind of look at the website and be like, oh wow, I really wish I wasn't necessarily in Illinois right now. Quite possibly I'd like to be on that beach in Hawaii or San Juan, wherever it may be. So again, a very nice layout overall, different pictures kind of customized to the different topics laid out here. So these are all steps that we go through in the web design degree. And the last one that I'm going to show you for the web design degree, this was actually a group of 4 students that did this for an internship. They were asked by the president of the college to build an e-card for the Christmas greetings. And so right here you can kind of see, good golly, what the e-card looks like. And this was being sent out to all people within the community of Joliet Junior College. This is using Adobe Animate. At the time it was Adobe Flash, but now the newer versions are using Adobe Animate. And the benefit of us teaching students how to use Adobe Animate is that it is able to be seen and used on all devices. So Apple, as you can probably see, I'm using an Apple right now, never used to allow you to show Flash Player. And so now using Animate, we can save the files in a method that allows all devices to be able to see that flash because it's using what's called HTML5 and Canvas. And so there we have it for the web design degree. So I hope that answers some questions. I've also passed out a flyer for you to review regarding some of the different courses or fields of study specific to the web design degree. You'll also notice at the top of your document, my name and contact information is located at the top. In the upper right corner, so feel free to give me a phone call or send me an email. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have regarding that degree, courses of study, field of study, where to transfer to, jobs in the area of, etc. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is our game design and game development degree. Again, you should have some different papers before you for you to review, talking about the different courses. Again, there's 2 different concentrations within the game design degree. One is going to be the programming side, which again has great transferability, allows students to be able to graduate with an AAS degree and start doing programming, maybe for a game company, not necessarily, because all of our programming classes are very versatile. But while students are getting employment and paid for their work, they could also be either obtaining a bachelor's degree at the same time, or B, they're actually in their career and they're happy with where they're at. So the programming side of our game degree is wonderful for that. The other concentration is going to be the animation and 3D modeling, which I'm going to show you some different examples of these as well. And again, students can get employment upon graduation, and I always encourage them to think outside the box. While the idea of working for a game company is so ideal and so amazing and so fun, that job may be there in the future. If you don't find that job here locally in the Chicago area after your associate's degrees, I can tell you that we've had great success with our students being placed at insurance companies, building animations for insurance companies to do training demos for their agents. We also have a student that went to work for the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, where he created animations for the children and the parents that had some awful things going on with their children's bodies. And so he was able to create, or his role at that hospital is to create videos to explain in basic words and with images and design work using 3D animation, modeling, audio, etc., to explain what's happening to their kids and hopefully calm them down and bring them to ease. So non-traditional places of employment, but really great opportunities for our students upon graduation with 2-year degrees. All right, so some of these examples here, I'll take you through. These are all completed by our students in past years. So this particular one, let me make this large. You'll see that the student was required to adding some audio, as you may hear in the background. They also were asked to utilize a camera. And so you can see it spinning around in the actual boxing box there, that the camera's moving. They obviously had to have 2 different characters. There's some sort of brawl or fight going on. So this happens to be the student's rendition of a fight scene. In addition, students are also asked oftentimes to work with our other classes. There's a game audio course, and so they were able to work with the game audio course who created some of the audio for that and splicing up the audio for them, the students use in their fight scene. This one happens to be 4 principles in what's called the principles of animation. There's typically 12, and so this one goes into 4 of them, and you can kind of see how it breaks down the character into exaggeration. It's one of the key elements of 3D modeling and animation. This is an overlapping action, as you see there. Slow in, slow out is going to be much like a bouncing ball, or in this case, the blinking of the eyes has a non-consistent rhythm of sorts. And then obviously the sneeze is there. Okay, so this one is called the Noodle Effect. Okay, and so the Noodle Effect, basically the student modeled out the sword. We obviously use the same character as you can see here. Again, we're using the camera to change different viewpoints. And so in this case, we are talking about the C and the S curve effect, which is the noodle effect essentially. So we talked about these, and then they had to create an assignment to go along with that. Okay, this one is rather comical. They were asked to develop a scene where they had to simulate a heavy object, and they had to pass the object off from one to the other utilizing a method called constraints. So again, he's using the same character. He doctored it up with some facial hair, changed the color of his body, and at this point you're going to see him passing off the TV. This student did model out the whole truck, the TV, the shelves, all those different things, but again the idea is to show exaggeration and whatnot in the actual character itself. So this one utilizes a method called dynamics, and so any video game or special effects that you see either playing a game or watching at the movie theater at home, a lot of times they're using Maya, using Motion Builder, all different Autodesk tools. And so in this one particular scenario, students were asked to use one of Mother Nature's elements. So they could have used water, smoke, fire, what have you. And so this student chose to use water. They also require to have audio. You can hear it slightly changing. And so that water is being generated on the fly. And so that's part of the dynamics engine that Maya has to offer. Let's see. Two more to go. So this one is, oh, we already did this one. This was the fight scene. And last one is a different fight scene, different semester. This one, we worked with the sound effects from the audio class as well. And we had to utilize their sound effects and time up our animation to their sound effects. Obviously, it just generated fire using a dynamic on the fly, utilizing different characters, etc. So having gone through that, I hope that you have enjoyed this demo. Again, I wish I could be there to talk to you in person. I'm always more than happy to meet with students. If you have any questions about degrees or careers of study in game design, web development, computer technology in general, programming, etc., I would invite you to come visit me in my office. I live in, so to speak, T2046. My email, again, is at the top of that flyer that was passed out to you. And I welcome any questions that you may have, or if you are looking to get enrolled in a course this semester yet, we have several of our classes being set up as a late start class. In fact, I'm teaching Game 200 starting on January 23rd. It's an online course and it's all about game development. We're going to be discussing the different genres of video games. You're going to be required to play video games as part of your homework and then analyze various elements such as the audio and the gameplay and the algorithms and the characters and the video card and the video display of the objects themselves, the sprites, as part of your assignments, and discuss those and how they differ from each of the different genres. Again, that's Game 200. You don't have any prerequisites. If you're interested in enrolling into that course, you have another week to get enrolled into it. I believe I have some open seats available still. Have a great day. Thank you again for your time and your attention. Hopefully I will see you soon.